If you're listening right now to the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we know something about you. We know that you're obsessed with Little House on the Prairie.
For more than half a century, Little House on the Prairie, the series and the books have been bright lights for people all over the world who seek out goodness, decency, and human connection.
Here on the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we celebrate everything that made Little House so special.
The stories, the characters, the actors, and the messages that have made Little House iconic family television.
And a perfect counterpoint to a world that feels like it's going off the rails every day.
Where is Michael Landon when we need him most? I'm your host, Pamela Bob.
And I'm your prairie bitch, Alison Arngrim.
And I'm Dean Butler.
Our hashtag imaginary boyfriend. Join us for our loving, quirky, and often irreverent conversations about the finest family drama in the history of television.
And the imperfect people who made it that way.
In this third season, we are extremely grateful for the support of visitsymivalley.com for their continuing sponsorship of Little House on the Prairie and the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. Hello, hello, bonnet heads. Well, as promised, we are back with part two of He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not. Part two. There's a lot of part twos in this. Our conversation went so long that we had to splice up the episode. So thank you for coming back. And we'll get right to it. So from UBN Go and Prairie Partners and visitsymivalley.com and you, our Patreon patrons, this is the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary podcast, part two of He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not. Enjoy. All right, we are back now. We are back. Nelly is now baking bread with Ma in the kitchen.
Which is hard to do. Have you baked bread in real life?
I've
baked bread in real life.
I have, and then I got a bread machine, so I never have to do it ever again.
I've never baked
It's a
bread.
process.
I have to do it in my new oven. My new oven is so good. My new oven is majestic.
The majestic.
It's a majestic.
It's majestic. It's a majestic stove. I haven't baked bread in years, but I used to bake it a long time ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah. But it is work. It's work. Anyway, so they're baking bread, and Nelly decides to have a woman-to-woman, heart-to-heart talk with Ma, with Mrs. Ingalls.
It's a very lovely scene.
Where she asks Mrs. Ingalls, do you think men like taller women? And Ma's like, I think so. And Nelly's like, well, I don't think Percival does. And the best line ever, Ma says, well, in his case, I think he better learn to.
Now,
that is such a Michael thing.
So good.
Cracks me up because, Percival is short. And indeed, Mr. Steve Tracy was short. He's just,
what do you think he was? 5'5"? 5'6"?
We were because I'm.
Well, I don't think he was 5'6".
You don't think he was smaller than that?
I'm 5'3". I'm almost 5'4". I'm like 5'3" and 7/8". So I'm like 5'4".
Wait.
He was about 5'4".
Oh my gosh! So he was.
Oh, wow. So you had a heel on. You were wearing a pretty good heel.
When we do the scenes, within our stocking feet, we were just about the same height. Okay. Maybe he was 5'5". He was short. He was really, really short. But what they did in the scene is they put him in super flats. Like there was nothing. There was not like any normal male shoes with soles. Like it was like practically nothing there. And then I had on a pretty chunky heel. And then I have hair. At the wig is 8,000 feet. That adds 4 inches.
So you look a foot taller than him.
And I'm famous for my pulse job. People all thought I was tall. But I'm barely hitting 5'4".
Yeah.
So for me to have this weird conversation about tall women, I'm like going in my frickin' dreams. My Auntie Marion was 5'8". I was envious as all get out. My mother was only 5'2". Very tall women. I was short. I've only been short. I was a tall woman. But because of this,
Alison, you occur taller than that.
You do.
You do not occur short.
Yeah, you present taller than that.
You just don't.
So, and always, I went off to do dinner theater, like right after the Little House ended, and they had costumes ready. And I'm like, who is this for? And they were like, oh my God, they had to run out and get all new stuff because they were like for someone 5'10". They thought I was 5'7", 5'8". Wow. I'm like, are you mad?
You do read really so tall and lean. Like really, like beanpole.
You look so great in all of this.
But I've always posture, and I will give Catherine McGregor credit again on the posture lessons.
Yeah, well, she
Andy
knows how to hold
Marion's-
herself.
yeah,
She holds herself
She
like a
talked
dancer.
about balloons on your boobs and tilting things. It's like,
Dean,
okay. And
do you
she
think
was
about
always-
balloons on your boobs ever? Never. Dean doesn't.
No?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, that's not that's the first time literally
You've ever
in
heard
my
of
life I've ever heard that.
Shoulders back, balloons, and tilt your hips. It's like Rocky Horror, pelvic thrust. And she gave me these tips, and I went, "My God, you're right." And I don't have as many. I mean, I'll get a bad back occasionally, but I don't have as many back because I'm postured.
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah.
And I try to sit up straight, got pillows behind me. I try to sit up straight and stand up straight. It's good for you.
is.
It's
Yeah.
good for your digestion, internal organs,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
look
yeah.
tall when you're only 5'4" and everybody thinks you're huge. And this show, people think I can't cook. People think I'm freaking tall. Every time I meet people, that's one of the things I get. Oh my God, you're so little. I know.
Yep.
Big thing. So I love that scene. I love that scene, and she's so good in it, trying not to. There's so many scenes with me, and all the scenes really with me and Karen. We don't have that many over the 7 years. She's always trying to not laugh hysterically. It's always something where she's on the verge of like blizzing it.
Or she's trying to resist. She's trying to hold
Yes.
back from responding to something appalling that you
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
But she's always like a
And,
bust.
yeah. So
And
yeah.
Then we have fabulous Dan McBride
That's right.
scenes in this. The
Well, then
fabulous
you
Dan
bring in
McBride.
the cold bread, and we're off and running. And yeah.
His thing of like, you can tell I'm already in a mood, but no, old Dan McBride still goes there. This bread's cold, and this is
Who
filled with some of my
complains about
favorite
cold
lines.
bread?
Dan McBride.
Warm after you swallow it. Who the hell says this to anybody?
And then you grab his head and pull it back and attempt to shove the bread down his
I was
throat.
going
See,
to
you have
grab
not
him
been
by the
tamed
hair.
at all yet.
I was going to shove a loaf of bread into his face and hold it. I mean, this is the man I hit with a chicken. I mean, it's just like, it's just this
But the best
And-
part
and-
is that Percival comes and says Nelly and catches her,
Nelly?
and her
Yes,
switch
right. Don't do that.
from
Yeah.
And
hateful,
can we talk
nasty
about
Nelly
the name thing?
to
that? Percival.
I keep saying Percival,
Percival.
and it's Percival.
Percival.
Right.
It's like Percival. But I kept
Percival.
saying Percival, and it's our Almanzo
Oh,
thing.
interesting. Percival.
And it's fascinating because you'll have to go watch the whole episode, because at the end I start calling him Percival.
Oh,
Only at the end. Why is that? Was that on purpose? I don't know. But she keeps saying his name weird, and then finally, when they all confess their love, suddenly she can say his name correctly. What weird thing was this? I don't know. But Percival, like, what am I saying? Oh, okay.
Percival.
It's very strange. Very
it was,
strange.
There was a lot of adoration in Percival. I mean,
Percival,
there was just like you were. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
You were all in.
And whose name Percival? It was exotic. I thought it was a very exotic name for me. I was like, oh,
Well,
Percival.
this was the moment when he says Nelly and he catches you. This is he is Kermit and you are Miss Piggy. If I ever saw it, ever.
Yes, thank
His
you.
expression is that Kermit expression when Kermit's mouth gets all like that, and you are horrible Miss Piggy, acting like a truck driver, and then trying to act very feminine and prissy and
This
frilly.
is one of the greatest acting compliments I've
Yeah,
ever had.
it is
Thank
that
you, that I've
exactly.
prepared to Miss Piggy, because and they warm after you swallow. Yes, oh yes,
That's
my darling.
it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
completely Miss Piggy. Rada. Oh, what?
So now, then, also in this scene is there is a customer that calls out, "Can I get my change, please?" He wants to pay, and it's our third camera assistant, Bob Ulrich, who is sitting at the table. Bob, who was one of the, he had this stammer.
He had a stammer.
He had a stammer, and Michael, he was so deadpan funny with his slates. If you could watch outtake after outtake after outtake of the way Bob slated these things, he would hold it right in front of his face, and not to the side, but always right in front of his face. And it was like this hang dog thing that he would do. Very funny, lovely guy. His daughter provided lots of wonderful pictures that he had taken through the years for our 50th anniversary event in Simi Valley. I mean, Bob was a wonderful, wonderful guy, and Michael offered him this opportunity to be the guy in the restaurant.
He was the
which I thought was
sweetest,
great.
gentlest creature with his stammer. And can you imagine him working on the episode where I picked on the
God,
stuttering?
I
Like I
know.
said, we had this guy who was literally on the crew, like right there, like hello, right? Yeah. Oh my God. But
So,
yeah, no,
and
he was
now
a
then you
ball.
have, in this moment, as you go to get the change, you do one of the funniest things that you've ever done with the stooping down,
Yes.
with the way you
in the
walked. It
script.
was great.
In the script and directed, like, okay, you're gonna, and we, when we started, we weren't sure how we were gonna do this, and Michael's like, how are we doing? Can you, yeah, bend your knees, and I went, okay, and it was like, because I was in heels and the dress, like, and I remember, are you okay? Can you do that? Is that comfortable? I go, hang on, give
You're
me a
going to
minute.
blow
Yeah.
your knee out or
Yeah,
something.
are you going to hurt your knees? You're going to trip? I'm like, no, wait, hang on. I got to pick up the skirts because suddenly they're now much longer.
Which adds to the charm.
And I got to hold the plate at the same time. Wow, this could be. So I said, give me a second. Okay, yeah, I think I got it. You're okay to do it. I'm okay to do it. All right, let's go. And then I was able to do it, and it was the most hysterical, brilliant thing.
Awesome.
I felt like I was on the Carol Burnett show at that point. I was like,
it is so
I'm
funny.
Carol Burnett
It's
level
so
insanity.
charming and so sweet. And of course, he thinks you're making fun of his
Yes.
height,
Oh,
but
no,
she's just trying to be shorter so that he'll love her. And then he gets upset with her, and he goes upstairs and he says, "I know you're making fun of me," and she's like, "No, no, no,"
Destroyed.
and is destroyed. Yes.
I think what I loved about this, Allison, is that you just stooped down and you tried to make everybody not think that you're doing
perfectly
it.
normal.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
which is not, which is generally the way this character is being, the way you do this character, you're pretty out there.
Yeah.
All the time. This was for you very understated in the way that you did this, and that's what made it so cool.
Subtle.
You're
No one will
really
ever
trying.
notice.
And
no one will never
like I
notice
said,
this.
Steve Tracy, straight out of the Lembeck's Improv Factory, So we were, doing, and so absolutely, we were doing sketch comedy. We'd gone Carol Burnett by this time, so it was like, yes, of course. What, my legs? No, they're perfectly fine. Oh, yes, I forgot.
And then you stand up and you rise.
So
out of
much
the frame,
freaking
which
fun
is
doing.
great.
I could have done that all day. I could have done that kind of thing all day. It was so much fun.
It was just so perfect how you played it.
Yeah, it was great.
What?
And then I go, Miss Piggy
Really great.
again. Coming right up.
Right.
And
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he storms
See,
off, and
that's
Dan
what I was
McBride is,
referring to.
where's my bread? Coming right up. And she even sounds like Miss Piggy. And then the last shot is just this bread being flung at Dan
Flying.
McBride,
And a
who
plate.
falls off of the chair.
And a plate.
And the plate.
flying
Yeah, with
at
the
you.
plate, throwing it with the plate. I'm dangerous. And I think, did Michael throw it? He always liked to throw things.
was
when it was
that
time
him?
to throw stuff. He'd go, well, because Mr. Javelin Discus, he had a
Sure.
really good arm.
Sure. Well, he
And
wouldn't
so-
have risked you hitting the guy in the head.
Right. And so when it was time
Yeah.
to throw things, he would give it to me. So it would smash against the wall. Because he had good aim.
Yeah.
I love knowing
Yeah, yeah. Love. Oh, well, when he's through the horse, in Bunny, the horse hits the wall. I wanted to, but he's like, no. Give me to get to the professional here. Wound up and yeah. I mean, he had like baseball. He had an arm.
Yeah.
Guy could throw.
Okay,
So-
well, that scene is also iconic. The short scene is iconic.
wonderful scene.
Iconic.
It's so good. I can tell you, I had so much fun doing that scene. It's one of my favorite scenes. I had a complete blast. Yes, I thought it was the most hysterical thing ever, and I could have done that all day.
So good. Okay, now we're back at home in the little house.
Ma and Pa have a
Mom
scene
Pa have
about
a scene. Charles tells her about Almanzo is now with a saloon,
the saloon
girl.
and she can't believe it. And
Yeah, and even pause like that doesn't sound like everyone's going, nah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Pa's also like, I'm
Well,
going
Pa's
to
gonna-
Sleepy Eye to get this guy because no one hurts
no
my
one,
baby.
no one hurts one of my babies and gets away with it.
Right.
And he gets
Nobody,
wet.
and he does it in a
Instead of
very
people.
menacing way. I mean, he does it. That's Michael. Like, this will not stand, and he does it. So he's pretty strong through that.
Oh, yeah.
So
And Paul
after,
looking for a fight again.
yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, there's all the way through the arc of this character, this Almanzo's presence on the show. There's always this undercurrent of tension with
Pa,
yeah. It's just always there,
which is great.
and which is sort of interesting that that's the way he wanted it to play. To create that tension. So, all right. So we
but it makes
finished
sense
that
because
scene.
Laura was a Papa's girl. I mean, Laura was a
Yeah.
daddy's girl. And then now
Right.
there's a new man that's going to sort of take the place. So it's great that he had sort of always this tension and conflict between those two characters because it was perfect. It was great. Very smart.
Okay. So, all right. So now we get to the 6th scene, Almanzo delivering ice and the thunder and lightning. We're doing this in the Warner Brothers back street. So the rain machine is going and the lights are flashing and going up the stairs and then trudging deliberately through the water, heading to the blind school and going up the stairs to deliver the money to Houston. And he's playing the harmonica. And
because of course he is.
There's a piece of trivia, and I didn't pick up on this, and as I listened to it, I didn't hear it. But he's playing the end theme of the show on the harmonica, apparently.
Oh, That's what I did not hear
says.
that.
But he's playing it so slowly that I just didn't. I'll
have to revisit that.
It.
Okay, I love that.
Do you know that music has a name?
Yeah.
Do you know there's a title to the end?
Airplane Arms?
Sure there is.
When I'm With You.
When I'm with you.
When I'm with you. I fly like a birdie with my... I don't know, when I'm with you. It was called When I'm With You. That was what he called the theme when he wrote it.
When I'm with you. Airplane Arms. Okay. So here's my question for you. So Dean, Almanzo is coughing. Houston's like, you got to take care of that cough, and he's being a douchebag again. No, I'll take care of it. It'll pass. Yada yada. He's being so
Don't have
stubborn.
time to take care of it. Got to work. Got to keep paying this rent.
Yep. Yeah. And then he goes down the stairs, and then there's a fall. And I want to know how that fall happened, Dean.
Yes.
What were the logistics of that fall?
There obviously was no fall. No actual fall.
Right. You see your head
I stepped out of
in
the
frame,
and then there's we don't. I guess there was a cut. No, there was no cut. They hold that because there's no cut. Houston comes out, looks down, pan downstairs. So I've gone downstairs, found this position on the floor, and laid myself out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So, did you have to worry about being quiet going down the stairs, or did it not matter?
No, because they put in the sound of the falling down the stairs anyway.
Right.
So they could have just, they could have just cut that and they rebuilt all of that.
Right.
That whole moment was rebuilt.
It's so good.
And then, you get the wonderful little slide flute. You get that going down the stairs.
It was a fall, a nasty fall, and he's unconscious. Yeah. And Houston.
But don't you feel like you saw him fall?
Yes,
don't you feel like, oh my God, he fell, he's hurt?
Because
and all he did was disappear.
Right. Because when your head does go out of the camp, when it goes out, you do it in a way so that it gives the appearance that it's on a diagonal downward. So we know immediately that he has fallen down the stairs.
Well, I am going down some stairs.
Yeah, but it didn't look like a step down. It looked like a a fall down.
Sound effects are amazing. The sound effects, you believe all kinds of things because you heard bang and clang
and he's shouting Alamanzi, Alamanzi, and we're all going, who's Alamanzi? And he's going Alamanzi, and he calls for help. Alamanzi. All right, now
he was.
Did he come up with that on his own?
That was not written that way.
No, he didn't tell.
Up with that. Yeah, he was so wonderful.
He's so good. Oh my gosh!
I think this was his. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some scenes of his coming up where he's the buffoon, the clown, the fool and then he has this deep well of emotionality, which
that
is
says
wonderful.
everything about his character and his past. Yeah, he's amazing. Brilliant man. All right, so now we're back in the little house on the prairie. And
baby Carrie speaks.
And baby Carrie
has lines.
Does not show herself very well in this scene. We'll just say it.
Well, Laura says she's not hungry.
She's not hungry, and Carrie goes,
and Carrie says, when I don't eat, I have to go to bed.
And even
you're big, I don't eat, I have to go to bed.
And Ma looks at her like,
she said.
Yes, we understood her. I understood her.
You sort of understood. It's still mumbly, a little mumbly, but also my favorite part is Ma even looks at Carrie like, shut up, Carrie. Like, God, you're an idiot. It's so good. You are such an idiot. So Laura's very upset still because her heart is broken about Almanzo. But then Pa comes in with news. What's the news? Let's go up to Laura and tell her. And the news is, no, he is not with the saloon girl. He is the one that has been paying the extra rent. Mr. Pims didn't actually lower the rent. And
so Pa didn't beat him up.
He's very sick. He has pneumonia. And pneumonia is no joke. Even today, pneumonia is no joke.
No, it's
but
serious.
Back then, So Laura,
death sentence.
Yeah, death sentence for sure. So Laura's like, I need to go to him. Paul's like, I know. We'll leave in the morning. Great.
Right.
Oh God, please let him be all right. Please let him be all right. Act. Then we're out.
Yup.
Killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
So everything is in full. And at this point, Act 1 really is a huge long act.
Oh my God, this
Act 2
whole
is pretty
thing.
quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Act 2 is very quick. Act 3 is a little longer. Act 4 is very short. Act 4 is like
There's
7 minutes.
so much.
That force just like la 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 la
Oh
la
my God,
get married.
there's so
It's
much
like,
that happens. All right.
Yes, there's a lot.
So
I'm gonna move this
next,
puppy along. I can't believe how much goes on in this episode.
Okay,
Well, it's two
so
full
now-
episodes crammed together.
right?
really. It's two
Absolutely.
things.
So now Laura is back. She's with Almanzo. He's in his sick bed. He's in the infamous ice bath.
Not yet.
Oh, this is just
Not
the bed.
yet? That's right.
Just,
It's
just
just
burning
This
up
is
the
just the bed.
fever.
Okay.
Houston is sent out for the ice.
Houston knows
Got
he
it.
needs
Got
to have
it.
the giant ice
Got
bath.
it.
Yeah.
And Laura
Tries to talk
wishes
to him.
that says she wishes he can hear me. And Houston, the moment, the real Houston moment happens where she says, "Talk to his heart, little lady." And it's revealed that no, he's never been in love, but that's because he's been protecting himself from heartache his whole life. And he says that what he realizes that the only thing that's strange about never being in love is being alone your entire life, which just our heart breaks. But then he says, but now I have you and the children and I'm not alone
says that.
anymore.
I think he says
Become
that later. But,
folks
but
in
that's-
love do
yeah.
strange things. That's why I
Yes.
never fell in love. I thought was afraid I'd
Right.
do something strange,
Yeah.
which he probably would have.
Yes.
He seems like a weird dude. But there you go. And then and then talk to his heart. And then he is. I love. She says, "You're a strange man, Houston." But the children. He's now adopted the children.
Exactly.
Love
He's
it.
got a family
very,
now.
Yeah, it's very. Laura is observing and listening to this, and she's growing up right before
Mm-hmm.
our eyes. I mean, it's a very mature thing.
Yeah.
That she says there. His observations, her ability to process that, says something about where her maturity is going. And because it's been, we've been a little emotionally intense through this, and yet now she's able to pause and process. It's not about her now, it's about him. The empathy comes back. She's right there with him, listening carefully to what he says, and she's touched by him, and he's lovely, and this is a lovely scene.
It is.
that they have
It's so
together.
powerful.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And she tells Almanzo that she loves him. She'll always love him.
Right.
And that's where
no matter what happened,
Yeah.
I love you and I always will.
So now we're back in Nelly's kitchen.
Yes. Oh, and the cooking
And
egg. That's
Nelly
right. No.
has
Yeah.
Percival
And
is
slicing
timing.
bread,
Yes.
because you can't go to the store and get sliced
No,
bread. You have to
slicing
slice
bread,
it yourself.
cooking the ham
Slicing bread.
steaks and the
And
scrambled
ham.
eggs. And Percival is
Yes.
timing her, and he's like,
15 seconds under her record.
That's right, 15 seconds, which is a lot of seconds.
I can beat that. I can beat that. And by the way, scrambled eggs is one of the best things I make. I have the best scrambled eggs in the world. In real life, I make.
You put half and half in your scrambled eggs?
No, I usually use regular milk. You can, but I don't.
Oh,
put it in
God,
milk.
like half and half is
I'm gonna have
awesome.
to. It's so fluffy.
Fluffy.
You have the milk, the fluffiness, and the. Yes.
Anyway, so Percival, they're very, very happy, and then Percival lets her know, well, I'm leaving now because you've graduated. You're done. You don't need me
Yeah,
anymore.
you've done it.
He's so good. He's so good in this.
And this is the very first selfless act that Nelly has ever done, which she says, you've been a great student, and Nelly genuinely says, no,
It's
it
your
was
teaching.
you. It was your teaching. And that is the first time we have ever, I think it is the first time in her life she has ever done anything
Ever.
that was selfless.
Acknowledge
Yes.
that somebody else did something.
Yes.
For,
And it's
yes.
real. We believe her. We believe you that you actually mean that. You're not just giving lip service to him.
He does a thing in this scene where he's trying to play it off. He's trying to pretend he doesn't love
That's
her
right.
yet. He's trying to pretend but he already had blurted out that pretty thing
Yeah.
that started this whole thing, and he's trying to be and I'm like, no, you can't go. And he goes, well, my work here is done. Oh yeah, he's doing it's just a job. But if you watch him, there's this little half smile when Nelly thanks him and everything, and it's just his mouth does this funny thing as he's saying, well, no, I have to go, and other clients have to go, and you're fine, and you don't need me, and my work here is done, and I'm very serious, and I don't love her at all. No, this is a job. I have another client, and then you just see he gets quiet, and his mouth does this weird thing, and you're like, oh shit, he's in love with her, but he didn't want to say it. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
He doesn't want to be inappropriate.
Right.
No,
Of
it's
course.
client. It's a client. I can't tell her
he
I
would
want
be
to marry
crossing a
her.
line. He'd be crossing.
Her mother will kill me. What am I doing? Yeah, right?
Right.
He's like, I'm still under contract. I'm still on the clock. I can't tell this woman I'm going to
I
make.
can't do
Holy
this.
crap.
Which
right?
there was a lot of good in that refusal to get drawn into that.
Yeah.
But you can so see him do it.
It's so
And
good.
The man was a genius, but there you go.
And then he leaves for her to do the dishes, and she goes to the sink. And this also, Allison, is one of my favorite things you've ever done on the show, and it's so good. And I call it back acting. Back acting.
Oh, when you turn.
I've talked
I've
about
been
this
referring
before.
to the Alison Arngrim School of Shoulder Acting.
Shoulder
for
acting
years.
is so
I can teach
freaking
shoulder acting.
perfect. So she's at the sink and we don't see her face. Her back is to the camera and she's washing the dishes and she just starts crying and her shoulders are raised and we see the up and down of her crying with the shoulders. And then the very final moment, it just all slumps down, which is so sad. It is just, she is...
Shoulder acting.
The shoulder acting is on point, girlfriend. It is so good.
technique.
Was that completely intentional? Were you aware of what you were doing?
All it says in the script is she goes to the sink to do dishes and she cries. And the direction was back to the camera because he loved doing that thing, in the show where you'd see people just mom and pa talking by the barn in the distance. He's told her someone's
right.
dead.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
like that kind of thing. So it's just no, just do the dishes and cry. Do your thing. And apparently I have this shoulder acting
It's
technique.
so
I should
good.
teach people. I went there and I did it, and it came out perfectly. That's exact. I was hoping it would look like that, and even I watch. I go, what the heck am I doing? What the heck is? Whoa!
It
what
says
is that? But
everything
it sure
in
works.
those shoulders. It says
Absolutely.
everything, and we believe you. Again, this is the first time the audience actually is going, oh my God, she actually has a real emotion. She's actually...
You feel bad for her.
Yes.
Well, what's beautiful about it is it's a totally private moment. The back turned makes it a completely private moment.
Nothing is
She's not
performative.
sharing this with anybody. She's
You feel like you're not
heartbroken.
supposed to be there.
Right. No one's there. Right, exactly. I mean, what's that camera doing there?
Right.
But yeah, this is not for anybody else. This is just her own. That's very powerful stuff, and we see this in cinema all the time. We see this is a very strong technique to convey something that's deeply private.
Yes.
Using
it worked.
your shoulders
It was
and your
great.
back.
It was great.
And also remember Nelly really crying. And this is a key thing in this episode because I have fake cried
Yes.
straight through 7 years.
Yes.
I want a horse. I want a dog.
Yes.
I hate you. I'm going to get out my talking machine and ruin your life. I have gone, I made that fabulous mother. And with the fake tears. And either I conjured up fake tears or lots of glycerin because I'm faking babe. And lots of 5 minutes after she leaves her, oh, hello, hi, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Oh, there you walking? Yeah, complete fakery
always
of
manipulative,
crying
right.
to the max. And so people, like what we're talking about, can you cry on camera? It was assumed that I could not cry on camera because when the hell did I? I was faking. I didn't really cry because I didn't really cry. And all of a sudden in this episode, I freaking cry.
Yeah.
I freaking cry in the sink. There's an old expression though in Minnesota for crying in the sink, and I always think I'm crying there. I am crying I cry in the sink, and later I cry in the bedroom, and I freaking cry. And everybody was kind of like, "What the hell?" It's like
No, it was great.
faking the other
It's
time.
where it conveyed how you conveyed for the audience how devastating this really truly was. There's no performative thing going on here. You
feel bad for
are
it
in this
with the
yes,
sink
you feel bad for
and
her.
the pump. It's pathetic. I even look and I
pathetic.
go, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
the poor
no,
girl
it
in the
works.
sink, all by herself with the dishes, and she can't tell them." And you just go, "Oh man, it's sad.
It's
the
really
poor
sad.
thing."
Yeah.
All right, now we're at the ice bath with
Now we're in
Almanzo.
the-
Now the famous many blocks of ice. How cold were you?
Very cold.
Those shivers seemed very authentic.
Yeah, no, it was like total. It was freeze time. What's great about that, of course, is when you have a high fever, you are shivering.
Yes.
Cold,
It's like it all works very nicely. We've talked about this a lot. It's just one of those things that that one can use, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to respond to what's really happening to you. allow that to happen.
Right.
So all that was really, that played really nicely.
So how much rehearsal did you guys have before you had to plunge into the bath? I mean, how many?
We always rehearsed for the camera. You know, there was always rehearsal for the camera to know. So I'm sure it was. I really specifically don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
sure.
It was,
But it was only
regular-
45 years ago. Why not?
We would do blocking where it's like, okay, let's try one. And you'd go through and then just to make sure like, yes, or no, go the other side of the table, you know, that kind of thing. But you'd have a chance to try to work out what you thought you were going to do and find out. But maybe one or two times. And then it was like, go. So did you just get the regular, like, let's run through this? Or
I think it was probably not, not up to speed. It was marking it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're doing.
So you didn't get a special rehearsal if we need to go through this scene because ice.
I think Michael had a sense that the ice was going to do the job.
Interesting.
You know, you just if you're present to that, then a lot of the issues take care of themselves right there. So. And it was really cold, and that worked.
And it's an incredibly tender scene.
Barely speak.
Yeah. But it worked. It all worked. And Laura says,
and she starts interrogating you about girls and belts,
yes.
and you're like,
why didn't you tell me about the rent?
And you're like, you're asking me about the chick with the thing in the back. Really?
And he says, no, I love you.
I always felt like watching those scenes that I don't know. You know,
we're our worst critics, but you're brilliant.
I know. No, I mean, I think the scene ultimately, all these scenes ultimately work and it's all fine.
Now, what was it like when it was cut and after, like, was there a pep talk? Like, did she need any kind of like further direction? Because again, she was young and she's playing a real love scene, a tender love scene.
And there's a lot going on with crackling ice and distracting crap happening.
And gratefully, we did not loop this scene.
Yeah.
Even though there is ice. But the cool thing is you can actually see the ice.
Yeah.
So if the ice is moving, that becomes a real thing. You can get the boom right down on top of the scene in the close shot. So if you hear all that and you're seeing it, if you couldn't see the ice, there's a chance that it would have had to have been looped.
Because it would be so distracting and weird.
Because it would be distracting. But if you can see it, you don't have to, you can buy that. And we weren't clattering the ice, but there was enough movement in the ice. So grateful we didn't have to loop that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a really beautiful scene. And the crux of it is they both admit their undying love for each other and that there's only you for me.
There's no one in the world for me but you, Beth.
Yes, and if I have to wait 2 years or 20 years, I will wait.
20 years, right.
Oh, God, see. And see, again, here we are. When we saw her with the kerchief, I said, there's the Laura Ingalls. That's the one from the books. There she is. And when you finally did going to work, double shift to pay for the school without even telling her, and then practically dying on the bed of ice, there's no one for me. That's the real Almanzo. That's the Almanzo in the books who drove Laura to those awful people at that school
and
she was
who
teaching.
Went looking for the wheat in the dead of winter.
And went through the long winter to go get wheat so he wouldn't starve.
With
that
guy.
Yeah, he's a good egg.
Almanzo.
He's a good egg.
When Almanzo in the book, drives Laura to her job, and after and it's the cutter. The kids are all like, "Oh, he's got a sleigh. This is great." And she finally just said, "Look, if you think you're gonna like date me, or I'm gonna go out with you or marry you or something because you're driving me, you're not. It's getting you nowhere. If you're just doing this means to an end, you should just stay home and not drive me anymore." And it's like she's kind of horrible to him in the book. She kind of goes,
and so he doesn't show up for a while.
He doesn't show up right away.
He does not show up for a while.
He does show up eventually, and she's like, "But you're not going." He goes, yes, ma'am. Yeah, no, fine, whatever." And just like goes, "Yeah, I know." And then drives her, and she's like, but he's like, yeah. And he's just like, "Okay, fine, make your big statements. Yeah, I'm still driving you." Duh. And then eventually she's like, "You drove all the way at her and back in the thing in the snow, even after I told you to drop dead, basically." And so Almanzo, the kind of guy who would go out and take 2 jobs and pay for the thing and tell you how much he loves you. But 2 years, 20 years, there's the guy. No douchebaggery. No douchebaggery here.
No douchebaggery. No, the douchebaggery has disappeared officially.
Yeah.
Officially.
Well, and with Pa, because Pa didn't go and beat him up. Pa listened to him and came back.
And Pa realized the errors of his ways.
Pa realizes that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Earlier, he realizes he's not a bad guy.
Thank heavens.
Thank heavens is right.
Well, I think, and this is one of those situations where, again, at the way Michael wrote these things, in most cases, the script is wide open. The audience knows everything.
Right.
The audience knows he's not really a bad guy.
Right.
They think he is, but he's not.
We
And-
know.
Just
We know
bad
he's doing
communication. Very impulsive.
Yes, poor communication. So so that scene ends. You know, the big nice embrace at the end. I mean, here, you know, she's drawn sort of right into my armpit. I don't know what she got there, but she didn't
Oh no,
comment
that's
on
women
that.
love that spot on a man's body. That's the spot. Right? Am I?
That's the spot?
That's the
The
spot
snuggly
because
spot?
there's
Let's
a
go,
little.
like, here.
It's
Well, no,
the
it's
snuggly
like- but-
spot is right here.
Oh, she went right in there.
He's an ice.
Yeah.
He's frozen. She's fine. She's not.
Yeah,
When you're
okay.
in love, you do.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the end of. I think that's the end of Act 3.
Yeah.
That moment is the end of Act 3.
The Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary podcast is presented in part by visitsimiValley.com. In the movie and television capital of the world, Simi Valley is the television home of the OG Little House on the Prairie television series, and people come to Simi Valley from all over the world to feel the Little House love. Simi Valley is the home of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, celebrating the legacy of an iconic American who embodied the can-do spirit of California. Visit Simi Valley, a warm, friendly community that knows how to make their guests feel welcome. Accessible and affordable, Simi Valley is a great place to live and a great place to start your next California adventure. Simi Valley is hometown America in the Los Angeles Basin. For more information about your Simi Valley visit, go to visitsimiValley.com.
And we're racing for the finish. So this starts off, Almanzo's better, he's getting in the carriage. Houston admits that he's happy, he's got a family now. You know, got people who love me, that's a happy ending thing. They
so
drive off, they're
good.
kissing, and they drive right into the general store, and there's
Love it.
Mr. Crowley there. Alvy Moore, who people
Yes.
loved for years on Green Acres.
It's the dude from Green Acres.
Who was Hank Haney, who was
Hank!
the farm
Oh
expert,
my gosh, I
the
never
ag
put it
expert,
together.
who
Haney!
was so
The-
funny
The
on Green
annoying
Acres.
Mr. Haney. Oh no, Mr. Haney's here. Hi, Hank. Hank freaking Haney from
Well,
freaking
the
Green
thing that was
Acres.
so wonderful about what he did on that is he was so serious, and he was a complete idiot. And he just
Brilliant.
didn't know what he was talking
good.
about, but he was very serious about it.
Yes.
This guy is
He
a
was great.
comedian. Yes,
That's
brilliant.
He worked,
funny.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he worked a lot. He did about
His IMDb is
I mean,
crazy.
he worked on a lot of different series. He, went to acting school at the university, I think at Indiana Teachers College, and tried to, spend a lot of time trying to break in Hollywood and found his way. Green Acres was sort of the moment for him.
Yeah.
Where it happened, and then he worked for years afterwards.
Wow.
But yeah, he was a lovely guy.
Huh.
Really,
great.
very, very sweet guy.
Love his whole character.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we are back.
Oh, we're back.
We're back. We're in
Yeah.
Oh,
Nellie's
now
room.
we're back. Yes. So now
Here's
we're
Nellie's
yes.
big
Oh, now we
moment.
get the I love him scene.
Nellie-
Oh my
This
god.
is crazy.
Nellie is actually crying for real this time.
To everyone's freaking
So
amazement.
those were
including
real
mine.
tears? Those were the real tears.
No, and they were ready. They had the menthol and the glycerin ready because there's going to be some crying here, and they don't know where this is going to go. It's been faking for 7 freaking years. So, like, why would you expect anything?
That
why?
is so
Why would you
cool.
expect that? Why would you think I was going to cry? No, it's totally understandable. And so, but I know, and I still say I got lucky. I got lucky. Sometimes stuff is accessible, and some days it
Yes,
isn't.
of course.
And some days you have something terrible going on in your life
Right.
where, like, you had a fight with your boyfriend and you're like, oh no. And then you're like, well, it's just,
Use
well,
it.
this is a good day
Use
for
it.
that.
That's right.
Things just happened that week, that month, and you're like, well, looks like today's my day. And it's time to cry, and you do. And you go, well, that's happening. Shit, yeah, okay. And
great.
Well, the irony
it was
is
a convergence of events.
the irony is, as actors, in a sense, we're very, very lucky because we really do get to process our emotions through our work, especially if they're emotions that have not been worked through yet. And that's why, if you have pain, use it. Just use the pain
As
always.
Catherine would say, use it.
Yeah.
Use it. So I'm bawling. And like I said, it was kind of fun on the set because everybody's like ready. Like they're ready with the menthol glycerin. They're going, what is happening? Like, what did she do? What did she do? She's crying. Oh my God, she's crying. So, and like literally, like they cut it for something. And Mike's like, are you okay? I go, yeah. He's like, you okay? I like freaked out that I'm actually crying. And I went, no, it's, and I didn't want to say, dude, I was faking for this one. Never mind. I just said, yeah, good, just go. And so they were all, and Catherine, who didn't see this going on, and Richard, because they were behind the door getting ready for their cue, that door opens and Catherine comes and stops in her tracks because I'm actually crying. It's like, oh my God, what is happening?
It's such a great scene.
Almost breaks character, goes, oh, okay. And then she does the repeat back, and we've talked about this repeating back things to people to be annoying, and you're not supposed to do it, but it's so good when you do. And I love it. He goes, I love it. Almost stopped crying.
You can't love him. He's short.
He's too short.
Then it became, like I said, acting challenge of the century because, okay, I've got a good cry going, but Catherine is saying all this stuff, and she's so funny in this scene, and she's love it. And then Richard's there. Your father's side is tall. Yes, your mother's side is fat.
Yeah, love that.
How dare you?
And he winks at her. He winks at her when she says that your side of the family is fat. It's a wonderful moment that he has with her right there, and she sort of lets that pass.
Well, because she goes, how dare you? And then Nelly starts crying again. And then she goes back to Nelly. Oh no. I mean, the roller coaster of emotion is insane in this scene.
It's great.
Shot like it's going to be a fully comic scene. It's shot so like abnormally tall. So like everybody, when I get up and go, he's not sure I'm too tall. The camera's like on the floor. They're like going up, and I'm like ridiculous. I'm the Empire State Building. Like, what is happening? And everybody, and so it's shot like it's a totally comic scene. Yet I am weirdly actually crying and going, I really love him. And everyone's kind of going, hell, did you really love it? Okay. And it's bonkers. And then I have to somehow stay in this while these two geniuses, freaking Richard and Catherine, are killing it and doing one of the funniest scenes they've ever done together.
Yes.
And I have to go, no, really, we can't stop.
I mean, that whole family dynamic is just perfectly encapsulated in that scene.
It's everything. It's everything that's happening in the scene. Everything. And it's just like, and then when Richard's like, well, have you told him you love him?
Yeah, have you told him? Yeah, right, exactly.
What? Again, this progressive stuff with go tell him. Well, you go tell him. What do you say? And it's like, so bonkers. And then and it's just like, oh man, and then okay.
And she wants to go with you, and Nell says,
no, helicopter
leave
parenting.
them alone.
Yes.
Because that'll help.
He might leave them alone. He might not think about who his mother-in-law is going to be. That's the line. The ever-wise Mr. Oleson.
Yeah,
okay.
Great line.
So Pamela, you cry a lot. You cry beautifully. It's like, can you imagine you had a really good cry going, like a really good one. You're tapped into everything in the world, and you had those people doing
the flying monkeys around you.
How would you?
I mean, you just have to commit 10 times harder, right? I mean, it has to be so committed that would not throw you. It would just add to it.
It was brutal. And it went on for a long time.
Yeah.
And multiple angles
It's
and stuff.
And I love how
coverage in the scene, and
I love how pragmatic yet loving Mr. Oleson is, of just like, well, have you told him? Go tell him. He's about to leave. Go tell him.
He's going to leave in 10 minutes. Go tell him.
Yeah, and of course, Mrs. Oleson is horrified by it. The woman can't just tell him she loves
daughter,
him.
or that
and it
comes
was
later.
so intense because the crying, and then they're making me laugh. And then, like I said, Michael and everybody are kind of going, what? Wait, who? What is happening? And so, like, even cut, like, okay, the next take is like, yeah, keep it rolling. Are you okay? So going like, that's fine.
Do you know how many takes you had to do of all of that?
No, it's a blur. But there were a couple of takes, and then there were different camera angles.
Of course.
I mean, it seemed to go on for years. I was like, I'm here hours. I mean, I don't know. It was probably, I don't know, 15 minutes, but I felt like I was there for days.
But I mean, the good news now, as I look at, and I'm not looking at it editorially in my head, but it feels like most of this played for you in one
shot. Maybe
There was that one area, and there was one or two other shots. But
Yeah.
so. I mean, he would have let you get through this in one. Now you maybe have to keep it going for them, but at least once it's off of you, and you probably want to keep it going for them.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
But it was a lot, and then we get outside, and again, one of Steve Tracy's greatest moments for Percival. So the ball hitting the head.
Perfect.
So he's playing ball with
Perfect.
dodgeball. And I get questioned about this. So I get questioned about this all the time. People go, was that in the script? If it was in the script, it's supposed to hit in the head. Okay, if it was planned, oh my God, how many times did he have to do that? How hard did that ball hit him? Was it a softball or a hard ball? How did he not even freaking flinch and keep saying his
It's
line?
perfect.
This is called
great
Steve
moment.
Tracy was
It's
a
a great
genius.
little moment.
Absolutely was in the script and decided in advance this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I said, you're going to hit the ball. And they did a couple rehearsals because obviously it had to hit him exactly right. And he was like, okay, so and he went, what? And
So funny.
between practicing it and a couple of takes, he did this several times. Now, I don't care how great an actor you are. Someone's going to throw, and it was like a softball,
Yeah.
so this rubber
Yeah.
ball, so it wouldn't like rock hard. But
Yeah, it's hard.
Ow! I could hear it hit his head.
Yes.
Oh God! And how good are you that you could get hit in the head with a dodgeball, and at no point, even though you've done it 6 times, not flinch or anticipate, knowing it's coming. You can see them throwing it. You hear them. You know you're about to be hit in the face with the dodgeball, and you do not anticipate, look, turn your head, and even when it hits you, you do not flinch. You just go, what? And stay
Right.
in the moment in character and see, who can you do that? I don't know if I could have done it. Who can do this?
And the timing of it
And he
was
does it.
just,
Yeah.
I don't know how they got it so that it was that perfect. It's that
I was amazed
perfect.
because when I watched him do it, I was going, ow, every time he hit him. I was
mean-
like, how are you not flinching?
From a craft standpoint, since the shot was it an over at that point, or was it just on him?
It was just on him.
So it was just on him.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God.
So,
yes.
so I mean, from a technical standpoint, he could hit. He could just wait for the ball to hit you. What? I mean, it's all going to happen in the cut. The timing is all going to happen in the cut.
Yeah, but if he
so
doesn't-
as a technical thing, he could do that and just
But he's
respond
turned
deadpan
when
to
it's-
what?
he's
Like
turned.
watching.
Yeah, it's
He's
the-
turned like he's watching them getting ready to throw the ball and
That's
play,
right.
and then turn and gets hit.
It's,
and
the,
says,
it's
what?
the turn of the head that's
Oh,
the
got
perfect
it.
timing.
The turn
because
into the hit.
turning-
Terrifying.
Right, so he's looking
Turns and
towards
takes
the
it to the
ball,
head.
and then the second Nelly says Percival, and he turns, and it's the second he turns his head that ball hits
and
him in the
hard,
face.
and they threw it hard. I don't know how he freaking did, because you can hear it. I mean, when I was there, I was like, "Fuck, out!" And I remember going, "Doesn't that hurt?" And he said, "No, it's fine."
fine,
I do
He
a bit
just
like a rubber ball, right?
I
it was
know,
a
but-
rubber
but-
ball, but
that was
to the
supposed to hurt.
face. It was going pretty bad.
with glasses on too, which could have
Right?
really
You'd be worried
not been
about
a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, you could hear it hit his head, and he later said, "Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I could feel it. I mean, it's just, but he just did it. This is what he could do. He was capable of doing this. I was in awe. I watched them shoot this and went, "How are you not like going ow or flinching or anything?"
Yeah,
Jesus,
it's perfect.
But he did it like, what? I can do that. But it's not a big deal.
Well, she
And
clearly
then-
got his attention immediately, which was the point of the ball hitting the face, is that even a ball
then
hitting
he's
his
still in love,
face,
that he-
he's still completely
he
and
doesn't
totally
care.
in love. It's not even a thing. And then she says, "I love you." And at first he says,
I
I
get
don't
the ball
know
rolling
what
with this
Yeah, you
proposal.
do. You do. He says, "I don't know what to say." And she's like, hello, don't leave me on the wind here. Daddy, you feel. And he says, "Yes, I love you too." And then he does the slow walk up to her and says, "Will you marry me?" Which is like, they haven't even had a first date yet, but okay.
And the greatest line, well, what about I'm not going to get any taller, well, I'm not going to get any shorter.
And then they laugh.
Oh,
I know,
Yeah,
it's so
so
sweet.
cute.
So
And
lovely
then a
moment.
kiss
Marry
of all
me.
kisses, baby. These
And everybody on Little House on the Prairie says everything twice. I love you. I love you. Will you marry me? Yes. Oh, yes. We have
Yes,
to say
oh,
everything
yes.
twice if it's important on the show.
Yeah.
And then that kiss. Oh, yes.
smackaroony. Smackaroony.
Did you notice he licked his lips
where
first?
it's such a where he's looking up at you as
Yes,
as
I'm
he
scared.
kisses
So I'm
you.
way Yeah.
It's so sweet.
It was a very
It's so sweet.
moment.
And of course, also, I will say, I'm not mad about him propose. I mean, when he proposes, it's like, wait, what? But you're not mad about it because they're so perfect together. You're like, yes, this is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Well,
yes.
it had to be. It had to be that.
Yes.
It had to be that.
Otherwise, he has to go leave town and move on.
That's right.
It had to be that.
And then
yeah.
And then, greatest moment of all time, Mrs. Olsen out the window going, what are you two doing?
What are you doing,
can't
blubbering
kiss in
out
the middle
the
of the
window?"
street. And Nellie says, we're getting married, Mother. And she said, Larry, you can't get married. And that's right. And,
Tomorrow,
and he says, yes, tomorrow. And she's like, well, we have to get the church. And he says, oh, we're not going to have a church wedding. I'm not going to have a church wedding. Why not? I'm Jewish. Then
and Nellie's not surprised. She's
No.
not shocked. When he says something simple outside, Nellie's like awesome
Yes.
because she knows the controlling mother would
Yes.
have a horrible, insane wedding
Right.
and she doesn't want it. So he says something simple outside. She's like, oh, thank God. And then he says, I'm Jewish. And she doesn't go, wait, what? She kind of is like, oh,
Yeah.
they've taught somewhere in there this has come up. That she gets that he's Jewish. Somewhere it's because Nellie doesn't do it. Oh,
She doesn't
are you?
at all.
It's like, yeah, he's Jewish. She just didn't care. She didn't care.
No, and even if they hadn't ever talked about it, even if it had never come up before, she's so in love with him that it does
It
not
wouldn't have mattered
matter.
at all.
Doesn't matter
Does
at
not care.
all.
She knows it's the one. It's the one, and she knows it. This is it. And now, and when they shot that, see Richard and Catherine, they did a whole thing because they did couple of shots where they're out the window, but you have to stand on like a little ledge with a ladder.
Yes. That was not a practical building up there. That was
So
they
they
were
had-
on a ledge, had to climb up a ladder, stand on a ledge, look out.
So the bulk of the scene is indeed a big chunk of wall with a window at ground
funny.
level.
Oh,
Them
wow.
hanging out.
Oh, I didn't
No, they
realize
make,
that.
They did make them stay up there the whole time, the close-ups. They did. The one shot where you can see they are in the building, yes, they did that, and then they got them the hell
This
out
was
of
at
there.
the ranch, so they
I think
recreated
it was at the ranch. I don't remember if it was on stage, later ranch. I think it was at ranch, but they just had a thing where they were at normal height.
Wow.
And could, hang
Killing
because they went, this is going
dreams.
to take the long thing and
Pretty
close
cool.
up. We're not leaving you up there. So they had a
Incredible.
thing.
I would have never known that.
I never noticed. I knew Jews, but yes, one of the greatest quoted lines. He's Jewish because only Catherine McGregor could say it like that.
He's Jew.
Oh my
He's
God.
Nels.
Yeah.
He's
With such
he's
disdain. Yeah.
And he shuts her up by saying
She's
he's
like
marrying
losing
our
it.
daughter. He is marrying
exactly.
our daughter.
And the music swells.
And then
everyone
she says,
goes,
"Oh, well, they do make a
They
cute
are
couple."
sort of a cute couple.
Yeah.
aren't they?
And then the kiss we're doing then, and like she said, in the middle of the, we're like lip locked,
You
like
are.
they're gonna pry us apart
Yes.
with a crowbar.
Yeah, no.
And if
Nelly and
You
Percival
watch.
are gonna have
He
a good
licks his-
time,
yeah.
y'all. We
he
know it.
licked his lips right before the big kiss. Did you see him?
Yeah,
lick his
and
lips?
you had
I saw
open
you.
mouth,
watched-
girlfriend. You had open mouth.
I did. I did.
They are
And
ready.
he
They
used
are
to
ready.
right before he's gonna go, and I'm like,
Yep, she's read a lot of romance novels. A lot of them. She knows
she
what
was
to
reading the
do.
love stories at the beginning of this episode. She
Yeah.
had the love stories
Yep.
book, so she was like,
Yep. No, they're ready.
and then
It's
a
going to
moon
be
went behind
awesome.
the cloud, and they had a passionate kiss. She's like, yes, Wuthering Heights, bring it, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, she's there.
All right.
So,
So-
yes. And we both thought it was hilarious, that the nerdy guy and the bitchy girl, of course, have the big hot love thing. But it also made sense because Nellie was clearly frustrated and clearly had been
Yes.
waiting a long time
Yes.
for true love. And so she just
What
exploded.
is she, 18?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
a
18,
long
so
time.
gosh. And, she barely had boyfriends because everybody
Right.
they liked Mary, they
Well,
liked
everyone
Laura.
ran for the hills. I mean, it's like, come on.
Frustrated. She's
Yeah.
like, this is it. Finally. So yes, we know she's passionate about things.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the woman who will
Yes.
throw a plate of bread at you.
Yes.
So clearly there's this mad pash boiling over for everything. And then Percival, who's very stoic in his day to day, is one of those you got to watch the quiet ones, kind of thing.
Totally.
And so, boom! Of course they kiss like that. It makes total sense.
It
when
does.
you think about it.
It
Total
does.
sense.
They are compatible, I shall say.
And we thought it was funny as
That was
get
great.
it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's perfect. Okay, so next we're at their wedding. Doc Baker's marrying
wedding.
them. Beautiful day.
Back at Disney Ranch.
The amount of rice that's being tossed at them
Oh
is
my God, the rice.
insane.
Yeah.
It's like
Did you
their
love my
entire
dress, though?
crop.
Did you love my dress?
Your dress is
I loved my
beautiful.
dress and my bow with the little things. Richelene had the little things all over my bow. And
Yes.
my favorite line, Percival says, "My mother will feel better knowing we were married by a
By a
doctor."
doctor, right.
Jewish joke, Michael Landon, boom, shakalaka, there it is. And Okay, Matt Laborto, I think, was the culprit. Jonathan, a lot with the rice. They gave the kids, people I'd known for 7 years, the kids, bags of real rice and said,
Throw.
go wild. We get to throw rice at Allison's head.
Was this before people started? Because now people don't throw rice.
No,
It's bad for the
because it's a
birds.
slipping fall hazard and the birds. It's bad for the birds, but it's
the
also a giant.
birds.
I had a church tell me, they go, yeah, because in the slick shoe, you dress up for a wedding and you slip on the rice and you fall and you break your ass. That's why it's
Well,
bad.
that's interesting that because I don't think that any of that kind of thinking, none of that was present.
No.
in-
No,
Not
rice
at
was
all.
in.
Rice was
Rice
in.
was in. And they gave them rice
All
and they
in,
flung
yeah.
it as hard as they could because a bunch of
It was
adolescent
a
children
lot.
were told they could have a free-for-all and
lot
throw
of
rice
rice,
at Allison's face. And they did. And I got it in my eye. So that was the medical crisis we had during this. So, and I don't know who hit me in the face, Jonathan or Matt, one of the kids. They were just going, I get to throw rice at your face. Get away. And a big grain of rice.
got into your eye.
Yes, it didn't hurt, but I knew it was bad, and so they're like cut because they're figuring to. And I went, yeah, I think I have that. So people freak out. I'm staying very calm because I'm like, don't move.
yeah.
I have a big grain of rice in my eye. I'm just gonna be really still until. And the set medic comes rushing, and he's like, oh dear, and he's got eye drops. He's like, well, I think we get it out. Remain calm.
my God.
And we get it. And Michael Landon comes up to the buggy and goes, oh, very solicitous, let me see. And he gets all the way up and he takes hold of my head and goes, oh, and takes his finger and goes, boink, and knocks it out of my eye and goes, there you go. And then we shot the scene. And the medic went, and,
Wow.
but it was fine.
Oh my God.
And then you got gangrene and almost had to chop off your own leg after that.
Oh,
That's wild. Oh my
I guess the
gosh.
stents were clean, and he didn't scratch my cornea, and I wasn't wearing
lucky.
contacts, and he got a good shot at it, and I wasn't really surprised because this was typical Michael Landon stuff, like doctors, come here, I got it, and he did. Yeah. And I mean, the medic had eye drops later, like, do you want some antiseptic? He was horrified, but I was fine. I was like, oh, it's out. I guess
go.
it's out. Let's go.
Yeah,
and then we did this, yes.
And
So was
But
this?
that's what
So was
we
this what after leading into the honeymoon?
Yes.
Or was this
No,
in
so
the,
they-
because
they
the
make it up
rice
to
was
the-
coming at you so intensely
So
on the
hard.
carriage.
And this is another reason not to throw rice at weddings, because you can get it in somebody's eye.
Of course.
So she makes it up to the wagon. Percival makes it up to the wagon, and then the infamous to the honeymoon, and Nelly's
the look
double
on your face.
take expression of "Oh my God!"
Like, you're in that big a hurry, dude? Like, oh my God, yeah, I knew we were going to honey. Really? That's where you're going with this? You're like, barely, we just got in the car, and you're like, to the honeymoon.
Well,
okay,
he wanted to get married tomorrow, so he's ready. He is very, very ready.
Well, Percival was about efficiency and time saving.
That's right.
15 seconds off your old time.
Although that's what
he's like,
that's what the chat is about Almanzo too. Of like he wanted to marry her now and not wait for
Yeah.
other
Nobody was
reasons.
doing
It's
anything
always
else
going to be
with
more
that.
dramatic to want things to happen faster, and
Yes,
that's
of
just
course.
sort of, and so the natural reaction is, we got to slow this down, and so
mad, impetuous.
right.
good drama.
But yes,
Yes. Okay.
it was
So
awesome. And then we rode off in our little buggy and laughed and laughed and laughed. And
yes,
laughed.
and then Ma says to Pa, "Did you tell them yet?"
told
And he says no. And he goes up to Almanzo and Laura and puts on the very stern act, saying, 1 year. You can get
my
married.
final word.
That's my final word. 1 year. So now they only have to wait 1 year to get married instead of 2, and they're very happy. And this is one time where Melissa Gilbert very clearly does not want to embrace you. It's very obvious.
Not in a kissing mood that day.
Not in the kissing mood. She kisses you and then very quickly puts her head back on your shoulder to not be face to face with you. It's fine.
Maybe she was going with embarrassed at Nelly's wedding. I don't want to lip lock
Maybe.
at Nelly's freaking wedding.
Maybe.
After Percival and Nelly have slobbered all over each other again during the wedding ceremony, you may kiss the bride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Laura
don't
was
wanna-
not
yeah.
reading romance novels. Let me just put it
Right,
this way.
I did not want to. Yeah,
practical
let's
girl.
not. I don't want to go into.
We
that,
won't.
any of that
It's fine.
Too much at all.
And then
But
Baby
look,
Grace.
and then you've got the Baby Grace moment, which is wonderful. And
Iconic.
this
Little
was
boy.
the little boy, and the wonderful thing was to get the little boy to say "I love you." I feel like the first line that Michael wanted him to say was "I want her." was the line, and so
Which
what
is
he
a little
tried
weird.
to do, what he did is he gave the little boy something and took it away.
Cookies. He had cookies.
Something.
Big chocolate
So,
cookies.
and he was trying to get the, and he was
He
feeding
wanted
the
him
little
to
boy the
freak out
line,
a
and he
little.
wanted a
He
little.
got him to do like his mom was there and it was like say then she was I love her, and then he wanted him to go so he had given him a cookie earlier, so he'd like totally was like, and then went a cookie, and he totally is like, then he went no cookie, and the kid momentarily loses it. And they get the shot. And now, as soon as like 2 seconds, literally, it's like 2.5 seconds, he went, here's the freaking cookie. I mean, he gave him the cookie.
Yeah, no,
He
of course
didn't
he's gonna
deny
get
him
the cookie.
He denied him a cookie for 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was not completely horrible, but it worked. Yes.
I think this
And
was
then
this
he
little
like, oh,
boy was a friend, was a friend of a child of a friend of Michael's. That
He's
That's
adorable.
what generally got our
brought in. Yeah,
little
very
one.
cute kid.
Well, I wonder how they got the two little kids to kiss, because they really reached in and did a little smoochy, which is adorable. But I wonder how easy or
both-
difficult that was.
Brenda and Wendy were very friendly babies. I remember that
Right.
about the.
I'm not
our
sure
grade
which of
school.
them did this.
Yeah.
moment.
Right,
I don't know.
We have to find out. We have to ask which one it was.
It's
They
so
were very
precious.
snuggly and like, yeah, I love you. You know, they were like the happy toddlers who pick up and put down and say yes. Good. They were just very happy, and their mom was very affectionate. So, and they, and babies sometimes normally if they're playing, and they hug.
Yeah.
So, and then so I think that probably was the easy part.
Yeah.
Was they were like playing, and then they went, yeah, you can give her a hug. Oh, okay, and they did that.
Well,
so I
the
don't think that was
ending-
as hard as the cookie.
The ending is brilliant because the captions then say "to be continued in 15 years" with the sweeping
15
music,
years,
which is
right,
adorable. But
right.
I have to tell you, as a little kid watching it, it was thrilling because you really thought that in 15 years we were going to have this new love story.
The show would still be going.
Yes.
We would have this boy. He would marry Grace.
Like you could picture the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was great as
that
a
would have
kid.
been awesome.
That
Now
would-
we
yeah.
need to track down that boy.
I
We
know.
need to track down that boy. Ask him, did he get the cookies? Is he okay? How did he feel about this scene? Where was he 15 years later? Is he married now? How did that go?
He was just so cute.
I want to know now.
Well, and that takes us to the end of season 6 and this
Yeah, that was the end
episode.
of season 6.
What a
That was
way.
it. Was the end of season 6.
What a way to
Ratings,
end it.
Sweep finale, hoo-ha. I got special billing. My agent was very happy. Yes. It was now, Dean. There's always those episodes where one has clips that one's agent sends out, clips out, and does an ad in Variety and the Reporter. Tonight you should watch so and so on. I did. There was an ad in Variety Reporter. Jess would mock
Good
the
for
things
you.
up and everything. Jess had to mock them up. There was no computers, so he got the fonts that you scrape with the popsicle stick onto the thing, and the ruler would make the ads and
Wow.
then take them to the place, and they would run it off. And so I always had really fancy ads in Variety and Reporter when I had a big episode, and Jess Peters would design these things. It was cool.
Well, these were show-changing episodes. These
Right.
Sweet 16 into this two-parter was like the whole show changed after
Did
these.
you use clips? Dean? Did you have clips that your agent sent out to people? I mean, back then it was like the big.
When you say a clip, do you mean a
still?
still image?
No, like
Yeah, actually a film
a big old
clip.
1.5-inch massive VCR cassette from
I don't
JVC
remember
back in the
anything
day.
like that.
Oh yeah, we had stuff where we would get, because we bought a VCR when they cost over $1,000 and had a silent lever to
You're
open the thing.
fancy.
And I had a JVC whatever 5,000 monstrous piece of
Sure,
equipment that cost
sure.
like $1,700, and there was nowhere to rent tapes. The store that we bought it from, we'd buy the blank tapes there, and we would tape things off the Z. But we would tape. As soon as we got that thing in the house, we got it the minute it came out and taped any episode I was on, and got it on tape. And my agent would say, we have video of her latest scene. We'd make like clip reels and would send them to
Wow.
producers.
Wow.
Nice. Well, and that would have been really nice for you to have that at that moment, because it was such a contrast for you.
Exactly.
That's, that this was really, would have shown people, oh, okay,
Yeah.
This is not a one-trick pony here. You've got something else that.
Right. As I said, the Carol Burnett sketch comedy level nonsense in the restaurant, and then the crying and the I love him, and
All that.
and then the smooch your face off. It was just so many fun things. That for me, that episode was like a Disneyland ride. There were just so many different fun things. And now we're going to do this. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
I mean, you're freezing to death in a block of ice and having to do these dramatic scenes, and everybody's crying. I was having a ball. I don't know you people were all doing, but I was having a great time over there.
No, of course. Well,
so when this was
the big
over, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I was going to say one of the big themes of the episode, real love is proven through quiet sacrifice, not dramatic declarations, which is sort of a nice, which is a nice thing, and I think encouraging for people who watch it. I think, when you look at these episodes, there can be so much hope for people in these kinds of stories that true love is possible, or that the unlikely pairing can happen, that and you never know when it's going to happen, and there's something wonderful about that, and I think particularly for you, Allison. I mean, look, this moment, this Lauren Almanzo moment, had been projected from the very beginning of the season. It's been
projected since 1937.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, for you, this came completely out of left field. I mean, when you picked up this script and read this, this was like, wow. This was like.
Were you happy about it, or were you worried or scared?
I was thrilled. Yeah. When I, like I said, I was in makeup and Michael was writing it in the other room, and would come in and go, "You're getting married." I'm like, wait, sorry, excuse me, what? Where are you going? And so it was very nuts. I was like, what is happening? I thought it was great, but I thought, man's lost his mind. Nobody's going to marry Nelly Olson. What's he talking about? And so then was like, no, this is the thing, and here's the script. And now here's the guy's like, this is great. And then, as I said, I won the lottery with Steve Tracy,
no question,
and the whole thing, and then his improv skills and stuff, and he was like all over it. He beat out a lot of people for that part. There were a lot of people who barely wanted to be Percival, and because it was funny. So it was all these comic actors, all the guys from all the improv kind of people, all the stand-up comic. They were all like, "Oh, funny Jewish guy. Oh, this is great." And it was like, "Yes, a Jewish character on Little House on the Prairie. Let's hit it." So and he just was so perfect for it. And no, I was thrilled. It's like, wait, I get a romance. I get to be nice. I get to cry. I get to do what? I'm so there. So yeah, I was thrilled, but I was very shocked that it was happening, but I was very thrilled that it was.
Yeah. And I can't reiterate, and then we'll end this episode because we've gone for a very long time because these episodes
we've gone
so
2
loaded.
hours. With
yes.
Oh my God.
We've gone 2 hours. But I will just say,
wedding.
to have a Jewish character in Little House on the Prairie, you guys don't understand how important that was for little girls and boys like me. I never felt excluded from Little House on the Prairie ever, but to have a sense of someone sees me by having a Jewish character on was, they say representation matters. It matters, and it made a very big impact on kids like me, on people like me in the world, having this guy show up on the prairie and be beloved so much.
I think that's awesome, Pamela.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the jokes that will come later with him, with the kreplach and the matzah and the I mean, it's just like, oh my God, they know me. They know me. Yeah, and it mattered. It really mattered. It was so important. So yay, that's why Little House is so awesome. Nice. That's it. Well, let's wrap this thingy up right now. You guys, this was epic. Thank you so much for all of your input. I, as a fan, I have gotten all of my questions answered, so thank you very much. Check us out, everybody, on our website, littlehouse50podcast.com, or our socials, Little House 50 Podcast. Thank you for your Valentine's contributions. They were amazing. Awesome. We'll have more fun stuff for you guys very soon. And that's it. Everybody, Bob, get the wig. Let's fly. I'm exhausted. Yes. Fly down.
But I mean, there's 2 weddings.
Double wedding.
A double wedding episode.